Hey everybody, Chandler here. Hope y'all are doing amazing out there. It's a beautiful night here where I'm at, and the sun's just starting to come down. And I wanted to jump on tonight and start talking a little bit about why the health and wellness industry isn't sort of incentivized for you to succeed. You see, the problem in this industry is everything's designed around getting you short-term results. Everything's designed around voodoo. Everything's designed around magic tea. Everything's designed around a 21-day this or that, a 6-week this or that. Everything's designed to get you to do something short-term. Why? Because in marketable terms, it's easier to get you to jump into something that has an endpoint. But the problem with that is if you jump into something that has an endpoint, that endpoint will be your demise. Why? Because it didn't set you up to have long-term success. During that 21-day this or that, during that thing that you did that was short-term, they're not teaching you how to do this long-term. You see, the problem with this is, and a good analogy to think about here is when someone gets out of like a correctional facility, there has to be a rehabilitation period for them to be able to reacclimate back into life and not to become a repeat offender. If that doesn't happen, then they're likely to go right back into what they were doing and go right back into the system. Now, this is the same thing with diets. You do a 21-day keto challenge. You stop the challenge, you go right back to what you were doing, you gain all the weight back. So it's the same scenario here. You become a repeat offender. And repeat offender in this scenario is you become a repeat offender of diet after diet after diet. So you get out of the keto prison, and then you leave that, you gain it all back. So then you jump on the vegan prison, and then you leave that, and then you jump on the pescatarian thing, and you leave that, and then you jump on the 48-hour Hollywood cookie diet, and then you leave that, and you become just an over and over and over repeat offender until 3, 5, 6, 7 years passes by, and all of a sudden you don't know why or how you've been struggling for so long. But the problem is this: it's hidden right underneath you. It's hidden right underneath your nose. You didn't find something that was going to benefit you long term, that was going to teach you how to eat according to your lifestyle. If you want to eat tacos on Tuesday and pizza on Friday, well, then keto's not going to fit. When you get off keto, you're going to go right back into that. And that's a problem, because you need to be able to enjoy your life. You need to be able to enjoy food. Food should be celebrated. Food should be something that's magical, something that we enjoy. If you watch me on Facebook on here, I'm always cooking all kinds of stuff. And so I'm using like 4 or 5 tablespoons of butter. Sometimes I'm using breads. I use everything. And I don't worry about it. I'm not worried about being on the keto train. I'm not worried about being on the paleo train or the vegan train or whatever the next flavor of the week is. And this is the problem. The solutions that are marketable are the things that sell. The things that sell that you buy are not the things that are going to get you results long term. The things that get you results long term aren't necessarily marketable, and they're not sustainable in terms of a business ecosystem. So that's why they don't do it. So what happens when you finish your supplements? When someone gives you, hey, I have a friend who's selling magic tea on the internet. All you have to do is step into my inbox and I got what you need. But what happens when you drink all that magic tea and you don't have any magic tea left? Well, you have to go right back into that person's inbox and say, hey bro, you got any of that magic tea? I still need that stuff. And then you end up right back in that cycle. Now you're back on your friends' magic tea. They're trying to get you to sell it to their friends. And all of a sudden you guys are this little tiny gang selling magic tea to everybody on the internet. But nobody's actually getting results. And this is the problem behind this thing. Half the time, nobody selling this magic tea is actually getting results. They're just doing it because they know they can get money out of it, or they have the promises of riches and glory or whatever. And this leads you right back into this repeat offender mentality. So you diet, fail, diet, fail, diet, fail. And I'll talk to someone and they'll say, hey, I've been trying this for 10 years. So, well, what have you tried in the past? Oh, well, I did keto, I did Weight Watchers, I did this thing, I did that thing. And after we go through about 15 things in 10 years of their life, we have a pattern. A pattern of stopping and starting, a pattern of starting something and getting off of it, going off the rocker, waking up 3 days later with the cheeseburger wrapper on their chest and a liter of cola next to them and no idea how they got there. All they know is as soon as they stopped keto, they blacked out, world ended, and they went on a total hunger fest, and they just ate everything within the vicinity of their vision. But that's a problem, because that's the mindset these kinds of things put us into. We do that kind of stuff, and then at the end, we need to go ham. We need to go crazy. A lot of people will say, hey, I'm going to go crazy before I start this diet. But that's the wrong mentality, and that's the wrong plan, because then when you start it, you're going to have the end in mind, and you're going to want to quit as soon as it's done and go right back into going ham on that food again. So what we need to look at in this scenario is we need to look at our lifestyle. What's going to match? Are you going to be able to, and here's the questions you should ask yourself to put this in a better way is, can I do this for the rest of my life? Can I eat this keto diet for the rest of my life? Do I want to eat vegan forever? Do I like the thing I'm following? Do I want to drink this magic tea or eat this pill forever? Is this something that I think is sustainable? Is it something financially I want to commit to forever? Or am I going to drop off it, and in 2 years when someone comes out with a super mush method, anti-smush smasher keto 9000 diet, am I going to jump on that and fall off? If your answers to these are, hey, I am going to quit this, and hey, this isn't sustainable for my lifestyle, but I'm doing it so I can get results, and hopefully they stick, well, you're putting yourself in an unsuccessful mindset right there, right off the bat, because you're hoping and praying that something that's failed a million times over is going to somehow be successful. And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And it's not your fault. You're fed these lies and this garbage by the industry that says that you need to follow diets. It says that you need to lose 20 pounds in a week. That says you're not successful unless you're out there killing yourself every day. Unless you're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and going for a 95-mile run. Unless you're eating raw eggs on your counter off of a mortar and pestle you're drinking straight out of there, and the industry is perpetrating these ideas because they want you to feel like that's the success zone. That's how you become successful, but that's not it. It's habits. It's changing your understanding of the way you live, and it's understanding how you live, and it's creating an ecosystem of healthy eating, an ecosystem of, for lack of a better term, dieting that's going to match with what you do, that's going to match with what you like, that's going to match with what you don't like, and that's going to match with who you are. Because if you can find something that matches all of those dynamics in and of you, well, then you're going to find something that's going to be successful. You're not going to have to be miserable on the cookie diet, the marshmallow diet, the tofu diet, the vegan thing, the pescatarian thing, whatever else is out there. Or in 2 years, we're going to get the new big thing that's going to come out, and someone's going to write a book about it, and they're going to say science was all about this thing. And it's an ever-evolving cycle that's going to continue to crush your hopes and dreams. And if you ever hope to get off this cycle, you have to get out of the idea that diets are the answer and get into the idea that changing your lifestyle and understanding that your habits and how you live are how you should eat. And then you need to figure out how to make that work in terms of moderating your diet, in terms of figuring out how you eat, figuring out structuring the way you eat, and making it fit with your family, making it fit with you, and making it something to where you don't have to sit in the corner eating boiled chicken and broccoli where the rest of your family's over there going ham on spaghetti, because that's not sustainable. This has to match you. It has to match your lifestyle, and you have to feel comfortable with doing it forever. There shouldn't be cheat days. Every day should just be a day that you're eating food and you match it into your specific parameters that you can follow. And you shouldn't have to say, hey, I go ham on this day, I go ham on this day. You can do whatever you want. You just have to match your specific lifestyle with your specific genetic makeup and the way you live to the way you want to eat and the foods you like and the foods you don't like, and then you can be successful because you're going to do that long term. If it matches everything about you, well, then you're going to be successful because you have to be successful because you enjoy doing it. It's not like doing keto where you're miserable 95% of the time. So this is the real reason the industry is here to make you fail. They want your money. They want you to do short-term results. They want you to do products that you can consume, but then you have to buy more of. They want you to do the 21-day this or that because they know you'll have to jump back in and do the next big thing. The gym industry knows that if you do a 6-week challenge, you're going to end up paying them long-term forever to keep working out with them. Everybody knows that if you pay them money initially, you're going to continue paying them money for the rest of your life. And that's not how the industry should be, but that's how it's built because that's the mindset we've been told that we should be in. And it's not even our fault. It's a psychological phenomenon that we've been fed for so many years that that's what we believe and that's what we think is true. But it's not. You don't have to do a 6-week challenge. In fact, if you do a challenge, you're probably going to complete it and go back off and go off the rocker again because it didn't change your lifestyle. So here's my advice to you. If you're doing a program and you want to make real change, the program you choose should have a component of education that teaches you how to do this on your own. It should have a component that takes into account your specific lifestyle and how you live and matches that with what works for you. The program should be customized, and it should be organized in a way to where it understands you and only you. If the program's giving out cookie-cutter solutions for everybody, it's not going to be a good plan. It's going to give cookie-cutter results. So that's how you pick a program. Does it provide me the knowledge and education to do this on my own? Or is it forcing me to pay them for the rest of my life? Is the program going to match my specific lifestyle, the way I live and what I do to make my plan? Yes, cool, then it's probably going to be successful. Match that with education and you've got something that's going to give you everything you need. If it's not going to do that, it's going to give you a cookie cutter plan everybody's following, you're not going to be successful because it's not designed for you. So that's what I got to say. If you ever want to chat about what I do, you can always shoot me a DM. If you agree with this message, just give me the clappy hands down below. Let's change the industry, let's change the standard, and then let's change the way we think about health and wellness. It's not short term, it's not diets, it's lifestyle, it's being happy, it's celebrating food, it's celebrating our bodies, it's celebrating who we are every step of the way, and it's celebrating who we want to be, and it's understanding that we're going to be happy now, and we're also going to be happy when we achieve the result we want to be, because weight loss doesn't equal happiness. Happiness doesn't equal weight loss. You have to pursue these both at the same time because they don't always go hand in hand. So be happy with who you are, be happy with your journey, and get yourself off that cycle of success and failure before you struggle for 10 years and wonder what happened. All right. If you agree with this, share this video. I'd love it if you all shared it. Give me some clappy hands down below if you agree, and I will see you later. See ya.